Hi everyone, welcome to this lesson which is about system of linear equations. You already know what a linear equation is. A linear equation can be written as form y equals to mx plus b. We know that this creates a line, a straight line, and m shows the slope, steepness of the line, and b is our starting value. But a system of linear equation consists of at least two linear equations, and the solution for the system is a point where the lines meet. If they don't meet at all, there is no solution for a linear equation. So later on in the lesson, I will show you some real life application of system of linear equations. But first, let's start with how a system of linear equations is constructed and how is it solved. Let's look at this function like y plus x equals to 2. And then we have another function with the same variables like 2y plus x equals to 4. Now we want to find a combination of x and y that satisfies both equations at the same time. That's why we call it a system of linear equation. We need to solve it together. I can show you on a graph. So you can see that our equation was y plus x equals to 2, y plus x equals to 2, and the other equation. So you see this is a linear equation with the slope -1, and the y-intercept starting value is 2. That's the starting value. And the other equation was 2y plus x. 2y plus x equals to 4. Now, this is the other equation with the slope -1/2. This 0, 2 is the solution for this system of linear equations because for x 0, both equations will have the same y value, which is 2. Let's try that. If we put x equals to 0, so then y equals to 2. And if you put x equals to 0 in the second equation, 2y equals to 4, therefore y is 2. So for the same x, they will have the same y value. Therefore, we call it a solution for a system of linear equations. Let's go back to this. How can we solve this algebraically? There are two ways to solve that. One way is called substitution, the other way called elimination. Substitution and elimination. I will just spell that for you. So we have substitution, or we can use elimination. Let's focus on these two words. Substitution, as we can understand from the word, we substitute one variable from the form that we get from the other equation. I will explain that. Let's look at this one. I want to write this equation x as a function of y. So x equals to, and then I move y to the other side, and y changes its sign. So it becomes -y plus 2. It's the same equation. I just rearrange it. I rearrange this equation. So y plus x equals to 2. I did not change the equation. I just rearranged it. So I have x equals to -y plus 2. So I have this expression which is equal to x. So I can substitute that. I can substitute this new expression for x in the second one. Why I'm doing this? Because then I will have only one variable, which is y. Then I can solve it. Let's try that. So I will say 2y plus, now I substitute x with the new expression I got, negative y plus 2, and then equals to 4. So if you simplify this, you will get 2y minus y and 2. So this negative y and 2y, we will have 1y equals 2, and then this is 2. I move it to the other side, it becomes negative 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2. So I found one variable, which is 2. Now how can I find x? I say here that x equals to negative y plus 2. So I'll put 2 here instead of y. So negative 2 plus 2 equals 0. So x equals to 0. So the solution for this system of linear equation is the point with coordinates x, 0 and y, 2. And we saw that in our graph too. As you can see, the solution is 0 and 2. The other way to solve a system of linear equation is called elimination. And I'm going to show you how to do that by elimination. So let's start here. Let's say we have a system 2x plus y equals to 3, and then we have x plus y equals to 6. And that's a system of linear equation. I'm going to solve it by elimination. Eliminate in English means to get rid of, to remove one variable. So my goal is to remove one variable. I look at x and y in the first equation and also x and y in the second one. Which one is easier for me to remove? Of course y, because there is no number before that, so the coefficient is 1, is easier. If I multiply one of the functions by negative and I add the two functions, I will eliminate one of the variables, I mean y. So I will do that. So I'm going to eliminate. If I multiply this function by negative 1, what will happen? Negative 1 times x, negative x. Negative 1 times y is negative y. And then negative 1 times 6 is 6, negative 6. Now, I add the first function with the updated second function. So I'll add them. 2x and negative x equals to x. You see, y and negative y, they cancel out. That was our plan. And then, so it's 0. 3 and negative 6 is negative 3. So I found the answer for x by elimination. Now I need to find y. I use either of these two functions. I use the second one, which is easier to find y. So x plus y equals to 6. So if I want to find y, I should say that it's 6. Then I move x to the other side, negative x. So y will be 6 minus. So we found x already. So I substitute x value here, negative 6. So y equals to 6 minus negative 3, which is 9. and this point, the point x -3 and 9 is the answer for the system of linear equations. Let's try that. If x is -3, -3 and 9 equals to 6, that works in this equation. 2 times -3 is -6, and -6 plus 9 equals to 3. Let's graph this one too. So here we set 2x plus y equals to 3, and that's the first equation. The second one, x plus y equals to 6. So if we zoom out a bit, this is the solution for the system of linear equations, which is x -3 and y -9. So you can see that the answer for a system of linear equation is the point where the two lines meet. In the next lectures, you will see some situations where we will have infinite number of solutions or no solution at all. So please watch the next videos for this lesson. Thank you.